Hello everyone, welcome to today's presentation. Before we begin, let me share a recent experience. I ordered flowers for Mother's Day and I got an email a couple of days before Mother's Day that my order may be delayed. So I called customer service to figure out the reason and make arrangements so that the flowers arrive on time. So I was put on hold for 10 minutes before I could talk to an agent. And once the agent came on, he spent 6 minutes trying to find out the reason for the delay. And then he had to transfer me to a department that was best suited to answer my question. And that took another 10 minutes. And then the agent came on and he took 3 more minutes to answer my query. So all of this process took 25 minutes. I'm pretty sure many of you have gone through similar experiences in your lives. If you are a brand and if you don't want your customers to go through the same sort of experience, we are here to tell you how machine learning can help increase productivity and agent satisfaction through an intelligent contact center. I'm Shantan Kesharaju, a senior product manager in the AWS Kumo organization. And today I'm joined with one of our contact center intelligence partners, Dave Renison, President and CEO of Success KPI. In today's presentation, we will begin with talking about contact centers, some of the challenges organizations face in a contact center, and how machine learning can help resolve these challenges. Later on, we will explain how AWS AI services can help you jumpstart this journey. Then Dave will come in, talk about few customer use cases where Success KPI have implemented the contact center intelligence offering. Finally, we will discuss next steps and do a wrap up. So let's begin. Contact centers are business divisions in an organization that are responsible for managing customer interactions. In today's world, customer interactions can happen on various channels, including phone calls, email, text, social media, fax, or traditional mail. Companies invest thousands of dollars in advanced technology to ingest, process, and derive insights out of this data to track customer engagement with the goal of increasing customer satisfaction and improving brand perception. A recent survey conducted worldwide has revealed 73% of the individuals believe customer experience as one of the important purchasing decision factor behind price and product quality. 32% of the customers have said they will stop interacting with a brand they love just after one bad interaction. Having understood the impact customer service can have on the company's bottom line, let's look at some of the challenges that different actors in a chatbot ecosystem or a contact center ecosystem face, and let's do a deep dive into it. Starting with the customer, there is the long hold times and the multiple transfers that we already discussed as part of my experience are cited as one of the top challenges. And then followed with, on the agent side, missing live notifications or lack of tools that can help them find answers to customer questions quickly, or abilities like next best action, which can recommend the customer the next best actions that he has to take, are cited as some of the top challenges from an employee standpoint. Whereas on the supervisor standpoint, lack of tools that can help them visualize the macro trends going on in the contact center is cited one of the top challenges that managers and leadership face in a contact center environment. So now let's look at how machine learning can help solve some of these contact center challenges. Conversational IVRs and intelligent bots can help customers find answers to their questions without the need of a live agent. With the capabilities like smart routing, you can eliminate multiple transfers by detecting customer intent and routing the call to the agent who is best suited to answer the customer query. With real-time voice transcription and sentiment analysis, supervisors can be alerted about important issues so that they can jump on the call and assist the agent in servicing the customer. Agent assist and next best actions help increase agent productivity by helping them find answers to customer questions quickly. And finally, post-call analytics helps supervisors and leadership groups in your organization to look at the macro trends going on in your contact center and find business improvement and agent training opportunities. Now let's dive deeper into the key business benefits that you can get out of having an intelligent contact center. Starting with boosting customer satisfaction, you could definitely see increase in your customer satisfaction scores or net promoter scores with the integration of capabilities like virtual assistants, which can help reduce the call wait times and the speed of resolution. And virtual assistants can also help reduce the service operational costs and deflect call volume to the agents and giving them more time to answer questions which are more complex in nature and needs the human touch. And with a comprehensive analytics solution, you can look at the macro trends going on in your contact center and get richer insights into whether it's the seasonal trends or the quality assurance needs can be taken care of, as well as you can ensure that your compliance needs are being met with a rich analytics solution. So now that we understood the key business benefits of an intelligent contact center, let's talk about how AWS can help you jumpstart this journey. With tens of thousands of customers worldwide, more machine learning happens on AWS than anywhere else. From the largest of the enterprises to the most innovative startups, AWS offers the broadest and the deepest range of AI services, coupled with security, analytics, and the data compute storage that you need to accelerate the journey. But no matter where you are in your contact center journey, AWS offers a variety of solutions that you can easily integrate and start adding intelligence to your contact centers. If you're starting from scratch or if you're in the process of migrating to cloud, Amazon offers Amazon Connect, which is our omni-channel cloud platform that will enable you to use all of these machine learning capabilities pre-baked out of the box. If you're planning to add intelligence to your existing contact centers, then we have the AWS Contact Center Intelligence offering, and you can implement this offering in a couple of ways. One, you can do it by yourself, and I will walk you through some of the patterns in how you can do it. Or you can engage one of our AWS Contact Center Intelligence partners like Success KPI, who can help you jumpstart this journey very quickly with our offerings. So here is a slide which talks about the global network of CCI partners we have. As mentioned, Success KPI is one of our technology partners, along with other companies like Genesys, Avaya, 8x8, Salesforce, and others. So you can start talking to any of these partners to jumpstart your journey. So now let's talk a little bit about if you want to do it yourself, how can you get started? There are multiple AWS services that can help power your contact centers. Starting with Amazon Lex and Poly, you can use these two services to create virtual assistants that are capable of responding to your customers in a human-like voice. With Amazon Transcribe, which is our automatic speech recognition service, helps you transcribe voice calls into text. And once converted into text, you can use Amazon Comprehend to do natural language processing on top of the text to detect entities, do sentiment analysis, extract key phrases, and things like that. Amazon Translate is our machine translation service that will allow you to convert your text transcripts from one language into another. So thereby, you can apply analytics on top of that to derive the same insights that you are able to do on an English language. Similarly, Amazon Kendra is our intelligence search service that is useful in self-service as well as agent assist use cases. So contact center intelligence offering comes with three main solutions. One is the self-service using virtual assistants. Number two is live call analytics and agent assist. And finally, post-call analytics. And we will dive deeper into each of these solutions and how you can implement that using AWS AI services. So with self-service, you will be able to create human-like virtual agents and IVRs, which are able to deflect calls from agents, thereby reducing the agent call volume and making them readily available to handle calls which are more complex in nature. You will be able to identify caller's intent and route the call to an agent who is best suited to answer that call. thereby improving your customer experience. And finally, you can also collect key information that is useful in assisting agents on live calls and thereby reducing call resolution times. So how can you get started with adding self-service to your contact centers? Intelligent contact centers leverage conversational UI agents like Amazon Lex that can help you provide proactive customer service. Lex uses deep learning capabilities like automatic speech recognition and natural language understanding to manage the conversation. This makes the conversation look very natural and easily adaptable to customer needs. If you're using an IVR system, Amazon Polly helps you respond back to your customers in a human-like voice. And Amazon Kendra, coupled with Lex, can help in your self-service use cases. For example, if you have a frequently asked questions list, you could create a CSV which has two columns, one for a question and one for an answer, and upload the file into a S3 bucket and have Amazon Kendra index it. So next time when a customer of yours comes in and calls, maybe like an employee of yours has a question about HR policy, when he asks that question, Lex can detect the intent and route that to a search intent, which is backed with Amazon Kendra. So a query can be issued to Kendra, which can then respond back with the answer that you have given in the CSV. Next, let's talk about real-time call analytics and agent assist. Real-time call analytics and agent assist will provide actionable insights such as real-time answers and next best actions to increase productivity of your agents. The agents will be able to understand the customer needs faster and build on increasing your customer satisfaction. Alert supervise the real-time analytics solution with Agent Assist can also alert the supervisors to proactively respond to calls which are skewing into a negative sentiment. And they also help with provide efficient post-call wrap-up and reduce agent churn with effective real-time information. So let's see how we can build a real-time analytics solution or an agent assist solution with Amazon AI services. So for calls based where a human and human are having a conversation, Amazon Transcribe can be used to convert those voice calls into text, and Amazon Comprehend can then be applied on text to detect sentiment, entities, and extract key phrases, which can then also trigger next best action capabilities downstream, which are integrated into the agent desktop. So this increases agent productivity and also empowers them with not only the information that they need to service the customer, but also recommend next best actions to the customer. And finally, let's talk about post-call analytics. Post-call analytics will help improve quality management with contact center and help you gain more call resolution insights. It helps you better understand customer context and also get deeper insights into product and service feedback. So now let's look at how you can implement a post-call analytics solution using a combination of AWS AI services. Let's say if you have a virtual assistant integrated into your contact center, all conversations that happen with a bot, which is built on Amazon Lex, can be analyzed by applying Amazon Comprehend on the conversation logs that are generated by Amazon Lex. The conversation logs have customer utterance, so you will be able to dive deeper into understanding the sentiment and extract key phrases and also do entity detection on top of that. Same thing if you're using a social media or an email, where the conversations are already in the form of text, you can apply Comprehend directly to derive the same type of sentiment analysis or key phrase extractions that we were doing previously on the conversation logs. On the voice side, when a human and human are talking to each other, then Amazon Transcribe can help you transcribe the voice calls into text, and then you can apply Amazon Comprehend on top of that text to derive the same insights. Similarly, if you have pre-recorded calls, then you can also apply Amazon Transcribe to transcribe those calls into text and then use Comprehend to do the analysis. The output of Comprehend can be saved in S3 bucket. And once it's in an S3 bucket, you can use business intelligence tools like Amazon QuickSight to get deeper insights into your conversation logs as well as the voice to text transcriptions. Let's talk about how, if you want to get started quickly, how you can do that. So we have, as we discussed, there are amazing set of contact center intelligence partners that we have. And Success KPI is one such partner who has implemented the offering in multiple customer locations. Today, Dave Renison from Success KPI is going to walk us through some of those customer use cases. So please welcome Dave Renison, who is going to do the talk about Success KPI and how they are helping our customers.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. I really appreciate the introduction and welcome to being here with you today. I wanted to take a walk through some of the very same concepts here, but through the eyes of the customer. And we're going to walk through 3 different use cases here, all of varying sizes and degrees of contact center. Success KPI is fundamentally a pure SaaS, pure Amazon contact center experience management platform. And we've built this on top of a lot of the same components that Jonathan walked through here earlier. And as we walk through these customer examples, we'll start with a smaller contact center, less than 100 agents sitting on top of a USAN infrastructure. Then we'll walk through a Deloitte example for a large US bank and how that was done with hundreds of agents. And then finally moving to a larger scale contact center for a federal government entity through our partner Maximus, who has more than 3,000 agents on this platform, and kind of walk through how each of them had different problems to solve, but all were able to enjoy the exact same platform and use these technologies to solve unique business problems. Now, as Jonathan described, there are dozens of AWS components here and Amazon components that are brought to bear to solve these business problems and to work in all these spaces in what we call contact center intelligence. And some of the AI and machine learning components that we're talking about today, like Transcribe and Comprehend and SageMaker, are the same components that we use to build our SaaS platform. The difference about going through it with Success KPI is kind of everything's ready to go at the minute, out of the box. Activation on our framework can be done the same day if you're working on one of our direct cloud connectors. And if you bring a contact center that we haven't worked for before, it can take us sometimes a few weeks to get the infrastructure set up. But on the platforms we support, like Aspect, and we work with Avaya and Genesys Cloud and Amazon Connect and all of these different underlying infrastructures, USAN and UJET, we're up and running the same day. And the value there is you're getting a software as a service product that just works out of the box. And we've taken the time to curate about 40 different AWS components to make our platform work in a serverless and scalable fashion. So let's unpack this a little bit. What is in Success KPI? At the product level, it's an omni-channel contact center analytics platform. And what this means is we're bringing all of the customary metrics like IVR data, speech and text data, chat data, email data, what agent took the call, how long it lasted, how long it sat in queue, all of the different metrics that you're used to tracking across the customer journey. And we're adding on top of that all of the AI and machine learning capabilities from Transcribe, Comprehend, and SageMaker to bring to life a speech transcription layer in 31 languages, natural language understanding, sentiment detection, topic and theme detection. And then we're adding to that a real-time action framework that also relies upon a rules engine as well as machine learning to take actions and to send alerts. We can send emails and text messages, invoke Lambda functions, or we can just take some of these calls and push them to an evaluation room for further study. And that's the fourth area of the product, which is our quality management layer. Here we have machine scoring, and we have supervisor-based scorecards that we can create, and we can merge those to calibrate and unify our understanding of what's happening inside individual agent conversations. All of these components are brought back into one analytics layer. So for the first time in this pure SaaS environment, you can analyze conversations by looking at what was said, what was meant, what was felt, and all of the traditional contact center metrics, including potentially importing information from your CRM system, your ServiceNow system, or other different applications we'll talk about a little further on our data integration layer. So what does this mean in terms of things you can do? So the use cases that we've set up range from analyzing your chatbot. How is your chatbot doing in interacting with customers? What is the sentiment of that customer experience? Similar things for your IVR or your IVA. Real-time agent assist, using things like Kender behind the scenes to make recommendations to push information to an agent's screen based on what's being said in the conversation or even what's being felt in the conversation, or providing agent coaching during a call or after the fact. We also have machine scoring, as we talked about. And then the basis of this, because all of this data is ending up in one platform, is the ability to do analytics from end to end across the customer journey to understand what's happening in real time, as well as in aggregate, whether you have hundreds of agents or thousands of agents at work in your contact center. Some of the power that we get comes from the other data sources. We've integrated to Workday to bring in data about the agent's personnel information or their schedule or their tenure. We have integrated data from other third-party text messaging platforms like Twilio. We've brought in case data from Microsoft Dynamics and Salesforce.com. We're scheduling data from WFM, headset data from companies like Jabra, or just taking the same data that we created inside the system from playbooks and topics and combining it together. So what you end up with is this blending pot of information that you can mix and match to create custom visualizations and subscriptions, and more importantly, the real-time actions allow you to do things based on this data to improve your customer experience or drive forward your digital transformation efforts. Let's take a look at the first customer we talked about, EdCore. EdCore is a leading education benefits administrator. They deal with tuition assistance and student loan assistance for employers, and they were rolling out a contact center. It's actually quite small, less than 100 agents, but they wanted to bring all the advanced capabilities. Our customer there, Terry Lang, had brought in a very mature enterprise mindset from having worked in large contact centers and wanted to bring all the capabilities that he was accustomed to into that contact center, but on a smaller scale. So he sought out pure SaaS offerings that he could get by the seat or by the minute. And he purchased USAN for his contact center platform and Success KPI and put these two things together in order to solve his total quality management problem. I love this quote from Terry. His quote was, "It was as if someone turned the data lights on for EdCore. It took us only a few weeks to get the system up and running, but in this activation, he got real-time ability to see data. He got quality management scorecard. He got a full speech and text analytics layer. He got an entire analytics layer that tied his data from his underlying contact center metrics all the way through to the speech analytics layer to do unified reporting. This was a project that was delivered in 4 weeks for less than 40 hours of professional services. And I know that Terry's continuing to do things because we've worked with him on some of the items where we're looking at the individual conversations and trying to see what cues are contributing to agent knowledge or what types of problems are leading to cancellation of accounts or dissatisfaction. And he's also working on creating some real-time vision about how to take the data that we have, and this is part of some pilot things that we're working on, to actually push data and sentiment and topics to the screen in real time to help advise their agents. The second case for Deloitte was very interesting as well. Deloitte's the kind of company as a systems integrator that could pick any technology and make it happen. With their consulting capabilities, technology is only one part of the solution. But again, due to the need to move at speed for one of their large US banking clients who was standing up a PPP loan desk during COVID, they needed to move quickly, but they needed to have enterprise-grade analytics on the ground on day one. Now, in this case, they were working on top of an Amazon Connect framework, which is interesting in and of itself because Amazon Connect has some of its own analytics capabilities. But Success KPI can sit directly on top of Amazon Connect. It can sit on top of Contact Lens to bring that data in, and it can stand there where it can stand on its own. And this is one of the neat things about our platform being agile enough to work across different contact center platforms. You can even combine contact center platforms and have data coming in from different sources, like I described, where you might have your Twilio data for your SMS, Genesys Cloud data for your voice conversations, CRM data coming in from Microsoft Dynamics or Salesforce, and have all of that customer experience being managed in one place. In the case of the Deloitte example, being able to stand this thing up in 3 weeks was a critical part of the success, and being pure SaaS was a very important part of that. But we also were able to build some advanced visualizations to allow them to combine multi-channel information, to get conventional metrics mixed in with speech and text analytics data. We were able to provide real-time dashboards that allowed them to blend, for the first time, historical data over the last few days and weeks with today's data in one screen, to allow managers to make decisions in real time about what was happening inside the contact center. We even began to explore some chatbot understanding to see how chatbots were performing, which applications and sessions were being invoked by the bot, and even to understand the efficacy of those channels, and to see which intents were working and which intents were getting through at a higher rate of performance, and which ones were being chosen by the end users. The last customer I want to talk about is Maximus. Maximus is the leading government and health and human services provider of outsourced contact center services. These guys are amazing, operationally as sound as any outfit we've worked with. And the type of scale they work in is 2,500 agents, 5,000 agents, solving big problems for large government entities. These are the folks that invented the term citizen journey, and they work to make the customer experience great, the operations sound, and deliver cost-effective solutions for state, federal, and local government agencies. In their case, again, moving with speed during COVID, they had moved from an on-premise architecture to a Genesys cloud-based infrastructure. And so we needed to quickly turn up a set of broad capabilities to scale analytics across thousands of agents, to provide reporting into the contact center, and also to begin providing reporting for the government agency on what was happening, to give insight into what was happening in the conversations using speech and text analytics, automated machine scoring, as well as equipping an entire QM program for a couple hundred agents. We also had significant data challenges to meet, combining Workday data and combining data from their time reporting system, as well as from Genesys Cloud and other data sources to bring information to the surface. One of the neatest things we worked on was fraud detection, where we worked on compliance reporting and making sure that agents were staying within the zone of what they were supposed to be doing and not venturing outside of that, and potentially venturing into areas which were not bound by the contract with the government. And the way that they analyzed this was through alerts that they sent to rooms to allow for supervisors to check in on those conversations and make sure that agents were performing to task. Some of the other neat things we did for this program included mapping data, and you can see it gets a little busy sometimes at the state level, but this starts to allow you to see the hot spots, especially when you combine it with top city information, and then begin to drill in on the localized geographies and parcel out data and look even performance by different zones to see how they were dealing with different constituents on this federal government project. We also went further to begin looking at the different fraud information as we described. With a drillable information, we start with the fraud detector seeing things, move things into the room, and then analyze conversation by conversation, and to take these conversations and ensure that they were each coded properly and that any agent coaching and compliance issues were solved immediately and in near real time in the contact center. So as you can see across this whole spectrum here, you've got three completely different profiles: a less than 100-seat educational services, a large US bank being supplied by a system integrator, as well as a BPO dealing with thousands of agents of the federal government. All of them having slightly different problems to solve across the spectrum, from quality monitoring and machine scoring through to real-time and historical analytics, as well as using playbooks to invoke supervisor and management attention to key business issues like fraud detection or improving the cancellation and or agent performance. The way to tackle this is really to sit back and think about what's the business problem you're trying to solve. Success KPI can bring all of these components in the real-time analytics, AI and machine learning, playbook, and quality monitoring to bear on your business problem, and we can sit that on top of whatever contact center. So whether you're using Amazon Connect or you're working with one of the other contact center intelligence partners, we're ready to go to work on all those business problems for you. From customer satisfaction or driving cost management, or help just getting better insights about what's happening inside your contact center. Please feel free to reach out to us. You can see our website page here dedicated to the Contact Center Intelligence Initiative in the hyperlink below, or you can just reach out to us at partner@successkpi.com. I really appreciate the time being here and hope you enjoyed looking at some of these case studies using advanced conversational analytics based on AI and machine learning from Amazon. And I'll pass this back to Shantanu. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave, for sharing those amazing customer stories and the great work you're doing with our customers worldwide and enabling them with contact center intelligence offering. Now let's discuss our next steps. To summarize, no matter where you are in your contact center journey, AWS offers a variety of solutions to help you easily integrate intelligence into your contact centers. If you're starting from scratch or in the process of migrating your contact center to the cloud, you can use Amazon Connect, our omni-channel cloud platform that comes with all these machine learning capabilities pre-baked in an out-of-the-box solution. But if you're planning to add contact center intelligence to your existing contact centers, you can do it a couple of ways, as we discussed. One is you can do it by yourself or engage our partners like Success KPI or Salesforce, Avaya, 8x8, or Genesis. Or you can also work with our consulting partners who can help you jumpstart your journey. You have joined this ML Summit to learn, and you can keep this learning ongoing by visiting our AWS training and certification platform and reading through the different resources out there. There are 65 plus free courses which are available either online or instructor led, as well as virtual and on demand. Our AWS experts will be working with you to help you understand how you can use machine learning to unlock new insights and value in your business. And once you're ready, you can give our AWS certification in the machine learning space, which is called the AWS Certified Machine Learning Specialty, and it is an industry recognized credential. You can also go deeper by doing labs, reading white papers, listening to tech talks, and more by accessing the AWS Ramp-Up Guide. With that, I would like to thank you all for spending time with us and learning how you can add intelligence to your contact centers using AWS AI services. We look forward to having a conversation with you.